Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farah Umairah binti Muhammad MAKHSOM. My metric number is 1240052.
My name is ALIA TASNIM binti Muhammad Noor and my metric number is 1240999.
My name is NURIN binti IBRAHIM. My metric number is 1240995.
My name is NURIN binti FAISAL and my matrix number is 1240046.
We are from Group A
And today we are going to present on the influence of QADIANI movement on Muslim thought. In these presentations, we will also cover the objectives, methods and findings from our research. Without further ado, let's begin our presentation.
First of all, this study focused on the QADIANI movement, also known as the Ahmadiyya movement, and its influence on Muslim thought in the contemporary world. This topic is important because nowadays we can see many different ideas and interpretation of Islam, and some of them may contradict the teaching of mainstream Islam. So it is important for us to understand the issue clearly. For the objective of this study, there are a few main points. First, we aim to identify and analyze the influence of the QADIANI movement on Muslim thought. Second, we want to understand the basic concept and background of this movement, including its historical development. And last, this assignment also aims to examine how this movement may affect Muslim understanding of Islam, either directly or indirectly, especially in relation to modern issues such as globalization and liberal thinking. Through this study, we hope it can help us and others to better understand the importance of maintaining authentic Islamic belief based on the Quran and Sunnah, and also to be more aware of the challenges that exist today.
To complete this study with reliable data, we employ two main methodological instruments. The first method was a literature review, in which we examined and analyzed the content of 5 academic journal articles discussing the history and fatwas related to the spirit of the QADIANI movement in Malaysia. Secondly, we conducted a digital media analysis by examining video posts on social media platforms to observe discussion of this issue by Islamic scholars. The first reference was the journal History and Development of the QADIANI movement. This article served as important source that described the historical development of the QADIANI movement in Malaysia since 1906. It explained the role of early figures and the spirit of QADIANI influence in Malaysia. The second reference is State Fatwa's action against the QADIANI teaching. This article discussed the action taken by State Fatwa committees which declared the QADIANI teaching to be deviant and outside the fold of Islam. The third reference is the Selangor Sharia Criminal and Civil Enactment, which we use to examine the enforcement of legal measures in curbing deviant teaching. This enactment demonstrates the role of religious authority in safeguarding the faith of Muslims from the influence of the QADIANI movement.
I will explain on our findings in 3.0, which is QADIANI movement in the Malaysia context, and 4.0, which is influence of QADIANI movement on Muslim thought. First, the QADIANI movement, also known as Ahmadiyya, was founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in India. The movement differs from mainstream Islamic teachings because its founder claimed to be the promised Messiah, Imam Mahdi, and a letter of prophet. This belief contradicts the Islamic principle that Prophet Muhammad SAW is the final prophet. In Malaysia, the QADIANI movement began spreading in the early 20th century through missionaries and publications. Over time, the movement established centers in places such as Selangor and Sabah. However, it faced strong opposition from Muslim scholars and religious authorities. As a result, the Malaysian government and religious institutions declared the movement as deviant. Various fatwas and legal measures were introduced to restrict its spread and to protect the faith of Muslims. The movement has also influenced Muslim thought in several ways, religiously, It may create confusion regarding Islamic beliefs and religious authority. Socially and culturally, it has formed separate practices and identities among its followers. In education, young Muslims who lack strong religious knowledge may be more vulnerable to such ideas. In addition, social media and digital platforms have made it easier for religious teaching and opinion to spread rapidly.
Furthermore, there are some contemporary issues that is related to QADIANI movement or Ahmadiyah. First, QADIANI teachings on social media. The rapid development of social media has made it easier for religious informations and ideologies to spread without geographical boundaries. Platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok have been used by certain groups including the QADIANI or Ahmadiyya movement to disseminate their teachings, often in subtle way that may appear as ordinary religious content. This situation is particularly concerning because it can easily influence young people who actively use social media. To address this issue, Malaysian authorities such as MCMC, JAKIM, and PDRM have taken various measures including removing related content and blocking websites that promote deviant teachings. Therefore, continuous monitoring and enforcement are essential to prevent the spread of QADIANI teachings and to protect the faith and understandings of the Muslim community. Second, operating worship places at Kampung Nakoda. The National Fatwa Council has ruled that the QADIANI teachings are outside Islam and followers are considered apostates. However, in Kampung Nakoda, a QADIANI community has operated without a proper approval for a non-Muslim place of worship under Section 70 of Act 133, causing public concern since 2015. Residents worry that the presence of this group may spread deviant teachings and affect social harmony, especially as some Islamic symbols and practice are being used despite their non-Muslim status. They are also concerned that this could lead to tensions within the community. Authorities, including MPS, have been urged to take firm and transparent actions to ensure proper enforcement and maintain public order, as well as to protect religious and social harmony. And the last one is misinformation and enforcement challenges of QADIANI teachings in Selangor. A TikTok video falsely claimed that deviant teachings such as QADIANI in Selangor were protected by certain parties including the royal institutions. JAIS strongly denied that this setting, the allegation is untrue, unresponsible and disrespectful to the Sultan of Selangor. JAIS also confirmed there is no evidence of any individual linked to the palace protecting the movement and all enforcement actions are carried out legally based on fatwa decisions. However, enforcement is limited because the group is classified as non-Muslim under the state of fatwa rulings.
In conclusion, the QADIANI movement remains an important issue in Islam because of its impact on religion, society, and contemporary Muslim thought. Therefore, strengthening Islamic education and referring to authentic religious sources are essential to preserve the faith and identity of Muslims.
In response, religious authorities and institutions play an important role in educating the public and protecting correct Islamic beliefs through monitoring and enforcement. Overall, continuous awareness, strong religious education, and critical thinking are essential to safeguard Muslim thought from misleading interpretation. That's all from us. Thank you.